So in this video, we'll have an introduction to Python. And the first thing is, what is Python? So Python is a general purpose programming language. It is simple and has easy to learn syntax. It is an object-oriented programming language. We'll be talking about object-oriented programming language in the next slide. It is an interpreted programming language and it doesn't have compilation steps. Let us understand all these terminologies one by one in the next slides. The first thing is, what is object-oriented programming? Object-oriented programming is basically the programming language which is based on object-oriented programming model. And this object-oriented programming model consists of encapsulation, which means grouping the related functions and variables together into an object, right? It reduces the complexity and allows code to be reused. That is the encapsulation feature, which is a part of object-oriented programming model. The next one is abstraction, which is basically displaying only the essential details to the user and hiding the rest of them. Inheritance, which is basically inheriting the features of other class, and polymorphism, which means basically performing a single action in different ways, right? So these are the part of object-oriented programming model, and any programming language that is based on this object-oriented programming model is called object-oriented programming language, right? So in simpler term, we can say that in an object-oriented program, the code can be structured as reusable components, some of which may share properties or behavior, right? Summarized, I have summarized all the points above into a sentence. All right, now we need to understand two more things, and that was compiler and interpreter. So let us understand, and then we'll go back again to the previous slide to understand Python, right? What is Python? So what is compiler? A compiler is a computer program which actually processes the statements written in the program, and then it converts them into the language that computer understands, which is used for processing. On the other hand, if you see the interpreter is also a computer program, but it directly executes the instruction written in the programming language. Interpreter doesn't need to convert the program or transform the program into machine language. It can directly execute the program. So that's the difference between compiler and interpreter. Now let us understand once again what is Python. So it's a general purpose programming language. That means Python is used for different purpose, which we'll see in the next slide. It's simple and has easy to learn syntax that we will understand when we start the programming. It's an object-oriented programming language. That means it is based on object-oriented programming model that we talked in the previous slide. It is an interpreted programming language. That means programs or instructions written in Python can be executed directly. It doesn't need any compilation, right? And next point is, it doesn't have compilation step. And we talked about compiler, right? It's a program which is used for converting the uh, programming programs written in the or instructions into the machine language. So Python doesn't need any compilation step. It can directly be executed. Python programs can be executed directly. Okay, now who developed Python? So you can see the picture. He is Guido van Rossum, and he's the one who is the author of Python, who conceived this idea in the late 1980s, and the implementation started in the month of December 1989. Let's understand the application of Python, right? So Python is used in many application domains. Some of them are software development, web development, then you have data science, machine learning and artificial intelligence, scientific computing, desktop GUI, and games development. It's not limited to this. There are many more implementation of Python, like automation, right? Like integration, and different usage are there. Then in the upcoming videos, we'll be learning about the editor and environment. Thank you so much for watching.